My wet thoughts in our last video on Ed and Liz's relationship, I called Ed a nurgle, and I realize now that a lot of people didn't understand the insult I was throwing out there into the void. They look like big boogers. They make the Mucinex man look like a good-looking guy, so that's why I thought it was a fitting insult for Ed. Now that I explained that, let's talk about episode 13 of Happily Ever After, because a whole bunch of things happened.
Didn't expect two for the price of one, I'm gonna be told.
Well, maybe you should have been a man.
Well, maybe you should have done a better job raising your daughter.
Am I a joke to you?
Episode 13 of Happily Ever After opens up with a whole bunch of sad girl energy from Liz, which makes sense because Big Ed dumped her for the 15th time, and that is a lot of times. Way too many. And Lizzie's in a hotel right now because she's back in Arkansas with her mother to collect her belongings from Ed's house.
It's been a month since Ed canceled the wedding and broke up with me, and I've been trying to pick up the pieces and trying to figure out what's next in my life.
Lucky breakup number 15 occurred when Liz and Ed got in an argument over taco pasta. Ed was making taco pasta for his family, Liz and her daughter Riley, and then as he was serving the plates, Riley took a bite of her taco pasta and said, Ed, it's really spicy. I think it's too spicy for me to eat. And you know what Ed responded to her? A little girl. At 59 years of age, he said, "Stop being a baby." Are you out of your mind? Any other guy would have made her a grilled cheese, ordered her some Uber Eats or Postmates, some kind of delivery service, right? Like anyone else would have handled the situation like an adult. However, Ed decided to say this loaded thing to a little girl. Next thing you know, Liz stands up and defends her daughter, which is what a mother should do. Nothing is more of a pet peeve for us than when a mother doesn't defend their kid with the new guy. You know what I mean? It just drives us all insane. And it would make us equally mad if it was a man not defending their kid with the woman. Because Ed can't sit with the feeling of embarrassment, he decides to use this as justification to end the relationship with Liz and paint it off as, we knew a long time ago that this wasn't gonna work. It seems like the appropriate time to just kick her to the curb.
I haven't seen Ed in a month. He's only reached out to ask me when I'm gonna get my stuff out. So that's the only communication I've had with Ed.
Liz, get your stuff out of my house. I'm trying to make space for the drunk girls I try to bring over.
You deserve so much better and so much more. The potential that you have far exceeds what he would have been able to give you.
It's real sweetie pie cutie pie of Liz's mother to be there to support her daughter, especially because she wasn't there a lot during her childhood. As we know, Liz was raised by her grandparents. You're gonna be so much stronger after this experience. And to add on to what mom is saying here, not only is Liz gonna be stronger after this experience, her skin's gonna clear up, she's gonna lose weight, she's gonna look younger. She has aged so much in this relationship, it is a night and day difference. Obviously, Liz was overextended throughout this relationship with Ed. She made way more sacrifices than he did for the sake of the relationship as well. She goes on to say to the audience that her mother is her support system and she doesn't think that she could do this without her being there.
You're just about ready to get the show on the road?
And Liz's mother, Patty, says to the audience that her daughter is her first priority. She's the reason why she's there. And this man had everything he wanted, everything he asked for, and he blew it. Hey, what Patty's saying here is facts and present day. Ed has certainly downgraded, acting like a love-struck teenager on IG with drunk girls that he just met. Patty goes on to say to the audience that Ed's not gonna find another girl because everything that son of a bitch told me was an outright lie. The promises that he was gonna be there for her and take care of her, and I agree with her mother here. However, let's take a step back and think about this logically. Liz entered a relationship with Big Ed, in fact, many relationships, knowing the kind of character that this man has. He goes back on his word. He's a pathological liar. She saw on national TV how he disrespected Rose. You expect us to believe that this little gremlin's flirting with you for months at the restaurant you work, and you don't go watch his season to get a better read on his character? She still chose to enter these relationships with him. She seems like she enters relationships with guys that are fixer-uppers, right? That have clear red flags that she thinks that she can fix. And then fast forward, you don't fix the problems and you end up looking like a fool. Ed's character is absolute poo-poo caca, and we could see that throughout his experience on The Last Resort, all that did was weaponize his manipulation because he started to pick up on the therapy lingo and use that to manipulate this girl even further. Hey, do you feel comfortable about moving to Arkansas with me? Trust me, it's going to be very safe for you. He has one fight with this girl over taco pasta and then convinces his entire family that she's in the wrong and he's the victim. Come on. So here's the game plan, Socks. Patty and Liz want to enter Ed's lair, grab her belongings, and exit before there's a confrontation with Ed. It doesn't go down that way, so make sure you stay until the end of this video. The last thing that Patty says to the audience before we see Ed is right on the money. She says he thinks that he's God's gift to women, but he's God's gift to shit. Next, we see cute cows in Ed's house in Arkansas. He's inside trying to tidy up. The man is a complete slob. He's wearing his sleeveless shirt inside out so we can get a good look at his shuriken tattoo.
I want to be ninja.
I know in my heart I've done everything I can. I'm ready to move forward. And one thing that's exciting is I bought a boat. I bought a used pontoon boat, and I've been...
Look at it, trying to be healthy, making a smoothie, talking about how it bought a boat. Wow. Ed continues, in a perfect world, I'd like to remain part of Liz and Riley's life. That's not what you want. Let's not try to communicate a different kind of message to the audience. If you wanted to remain part of her life, you would have hit her up more than you did the past month. You went no contact, and now you're trying to save face in front of the audience. The reason why you have messy breakups is because you use these women like condoms and throw them away, buddy.
So Liz left about 3 weeks ago. Not telling me when she was going to come back, what the plan was. So I haven't seen or really talked to Liz since she left.
Ed says to the audience that Liz needs time to heal, and he's been doing his best moving forward with his life in Northwest Arkansas. Ed's hope is that when Liz comes over to the house, she can be mature about the situation and not start a fight with him. His words, not mine.
I can't spend the rest of my life with her. There's no way that I'm going to do it. I can't imagine anyone staying with her long term.
Wow, what an insulting thing to say about the woman that has been with you the longest, Edward. Just because you're not the right match for her doesn't mean that she can't find the right match for herself. And present day, her relationship with Jason seems to be going good. She looks way healthier and way happier than she looked with you.
The way that she acts, and you know, she's always making me out to be the bad guy. Well, please, you know, it takes two to make a relationship.
Okay, Ed, Liz doesn't need to paint you out as the bad guy because you do that to yourself, and we have the video footage of it. So Ed continues to blend his fruit and tells the audience that at this point he doesn't care. Then we see Liz and her mother in the car on the way to the house.
He's not an easy person to love by any means. He's not. But I did love him.
Liz is absolutely dreading seeing Edward right now. She even breaks down and begins to cry before they pull into the driveway. Liz also admits that she's feeling very angry right now. She feels nauseous, and she doesn't want to feel any of these feelings for Ed. She just wants to feel numb at this point. As soon as Liz and her mother walk into the house, she says that this place was clean when she left. Very on brand for a nerd girl. You leave the house for a month, and what do? They create a cesspool.
Wipe that down.
You know what, Ed? You have some nerve talking about you hope that Liz handles it maturely. Look at you. Are you an iPad kid all of a sudden on your phone? How about look them in the eyes and greet them? Maybe even give them a hug. Ask how she's doing. You kick this woman to the curb. That's the least you can do. I mean, be personable. I thought you were a real estate agent.
This can go in the trash.
I'm surprised that. Oh, it did crack open. Look at that.
Liz, what did I tell you about cussing around my dogs?
Hey, Liz, don't cuss around my dogs. They can hear you, know. What a lame thing to say from Ed. Liz then holds up a watermelon and says, this is the same watermelon that was there since I left. It's cracked. It's been there for a month. That's disgusting. Ed then does something pretty funny while Liz is calling him out for the fruit negligence. He holds up his dog over his face like he's hiding behind the dog. Liz then says, I've only been gone a month and this house is a freaking pigsty. She's so bothered that she couldn't pronounce pigsty right, but I get it. Ed is an irritating human. To be honest, I'm not sure why Liz is so surprised by Ed's lack of cleanliness. This is the same creepy old man that put mayonnaise in his hair.
I'll take care of the pantry. I can take this out. Good job.
Look at her sock. She's taking out the trash on Ed's behalf. Girl, you showed up there to collect your belongings and bounce.
Have you been cooking out of this?
Yeah. It's awesome.
It is awesome. It's better when you wash it because you've been cooking with slime.
Well, they do say you are what you eat. Let's hit a rich guy laugh.
Probably because we didn't wash it after the last time we used it.
Ed, it's just been you. How is there so much trash everywhere?
Well, that's the thing, Lizzie. Ed just said we, so I'm assuming he had his family over. They probably recreated the taco pasta dinner without you and your daughter that you occasionally watch. Ed, what you don't understand is that I am a mother first and foremost, and that's why I have my daughter Riley only 3 months out of the year in the state of California. I do not have custody for a reason, because I keep entering relationships with guys that are fixer-uppers, and it ends up with heartbreak. Some might consider me a petty individual for bringing that up, but facts are facts, and let's be honest. When Riley was staying with Ed and Liz, she was trying to play house. Come on. We all knew how this was going to end. You shouldn't have even put your daughter on this TV show.
The furthest thing from my mind was for me to clean the house for Liz. Generally, I'm very neat. I'm waiting for Liz to get her stuff out, and then I'm having a professional crew come in, and I want them to cleanse the whole house and go from there.
Okay, but why tell us that, Ed, and not Liz? Are you trying to save the professional cleaners' work? It's their job to clean up your mess, not Liz, especially because you already broke up with her. This right here just highlights what we already knew about Ed, and that's that he's treated everyone else better than Liz. So after cleaning Edward's house for no good reason, Ed asked Liz where she's going to be storing her things in a storage unit, and this is where shit really hits the fan.
It's none of your business.
Liz, actually it is.
No, it's not. I'm on this lease till December. Okay? Just stop.
You don't pay rent.
I do pay rent.
Your rent was due on the 1st. You have not paid me.
Because you told me, get my stuff out or pay the rent.
You haven't told me.
So jokes that the same man that casually bragged about buying a boat was charging this girl rent the entire time. You guys got to remember that Liz quit her job in San Diego. She left behind friends and family, a support system, to move and make that sacrifice to live with Ed in Arkansas. Ed, like a foolish foolington, tried to paint it out like Liz didn't have a plan, but she did. Liz hired movers to pick up all the big stuff, for example, furniture, and they're going to be at the house in a couple days, but Ed's very impatient. He wants her to get the movers there right now, get all of her crap, and get out of his house.
Screenshots. I have the screenshots. Don't test me. My out tomorrow. I handled it. So don't throw rent in my face.
Okay, stop. So your stuff means your furniture, right?
It's her stuff,
Can you listen, Ed?
Liz reminds Ed that she gave him advance notice of this. She has the screenshots to prove it, that she told him that the movers were going to come in a couple days, get their stuff, move out. She gave him the dates. So right now he's bringing this up in order to make her look like a mooch and make her look incompetent in front of the cameras. It's just ridiculous. Why do you have to constantly try to make this girl look bad on TV? So while this back and forth is going on, Ed realizes that he can't pick on Liz because she's prepared for his nonsense, so he instead switches his target from Liz to her mom.
I didn't expect 2 for the price of 1, I'm going to be told.
Well, maybe you should have been a man.
Well, maybe you should have done a better job raising your daughter.
You should have done a better job raising your daughter is rich to hear from the same man whose daughter cut him off. Now, I will say the truth hurts, and we can see that by how bothered Liz's mom gets after Ed says this.
Get out of our face, Ed. Please let us pack.
That's why you abandoned her.
Get out.
Oh, savage line by little Edward. He's cooking up a storm right now. Liz's mom just stands there with her mouth wide open. She can't believe that this little freak said that to her. You know how Michelle Obama said when they go low, we go high? Well, Ed said we go even lower, like eye level with him low. Liz then claps back at Ed and says, that's why you abandoned your kid. To correct her on technicality, Ed did not abandon his daughter. What he did do is constantly ignore her opinion about him dating women that are her age or younger. And the result is now present day, they don't have a great relationship. You know, when Big Ed's your dad, yeah, I can see why you would want to distance yourself. Liz then tells her mother to stop because she doesn't want her to stoop to Ed's level. He thrives in this kind of setting, having snippy arguments with women. In fact, Ed constantly surrounds himself with women and not men for a reason. Ed then says his classic line, you say something mean to me and I'm gonna throw it back. As he's walking away, Ed's saying things to Liz's mom like, you're the reason why your daughter's the way she is, and then Liz claps back with, that's why your daughter doesn't even talk to you. This argument was pretty entertaining, not gonna lie. Patty goes on to say to the audience, who the hell does that son of a bitch think he is telling me I raised my daughter wrong? Let's be honest with ourselves, Patty. There wasn't a lie told. However, it was hypocritical to hear that from Ed. The funniest thing happens next, Sock. So Ed walks into his bedroom, he puts his little smoothie on the counter, and then he knocks over the smoothie. It spills all over the carpet. After talking all that shit, he experienced instant karma. Ed begins to laugh about what just happened. He hobbles over to get the cleaning supplies to clean up his mess, and then in the other room, Liz is comforting her mother.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Don't take it personally. Just don't let him get to you.
So as Ed's cleaning up his mess in the other room, Liz begins to break into tears. Patty then says to the audience that Ed is going to die a very, very lonely old man and will probably end up in purgatory hell. Meanwhile, Ed is thinking to himself, both of these women want the 5 inches of fury. I am God's gift to women, and they all just want to use me for my body. Socks, let me know what you think about Ed in the comments below. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I can't wait for the next episode to review it together as a family. If you got some spare coin, please check out our Yourwetsock channel membership program for the custom emojis, the exclusive content, all ad-free videos. 10 out of 10, totally worth.